Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Anybody who says applicable instead of applicable is a douchebag.
Joe Flacco is to the AFC North what Ryan Fitzpatrick was to the AFC East.
All of Dave Damnashek's passwords are Yancey Big Pen.
Keep the Panthers' name out of your fat, bloated jowls. That goes to the other guy, too.
Hey, Greg Cote. If it's neither here nor there, then where is it?
Is Montana Pac-12 country, Big 12 country, or Big 10 country?
TJ Fleck's name makes it sound like he could look like John Boy.
Hey, how come the shittier the place that you're from, the prouder you are to be from that place?
The word bed looks like a bed.
If you got a cough while you're peeing, just hold it. I don't even know how to explain what I just experienced. I literally coughed while peeing, and I felt like I was about to lose it all.
The Boost Mobile Boldest Take is presented by Boost Mobile, the newest 5G network in the country. If you want to leave your boldest take, just call 305-486-4689. That's 305-486-4689.
Another great batch. I can attest, coughing while peeing is not a fun.
Dangerous game.
The most dangerous game, some people say. Speaking of dangerous games, we bring in Jessica Smetana. Yeah!
Transition.
Yeah! Jessica, before we get into the college football playoff rankings version 1.0, we're having a discussion all show long about how many nuggets consists of an appropriate level of punishment for one Christopher Cote. He's supposed to eat 99 during the show. He's up to 49 right now, which is actually great pace.
50 down the hatch.
Oh. There it is, yep.
That one had crunch, the air fryer
Yeah,
working.
the air fryer. But Jessica, so the question is, does he have to do all 99 for us to consider the punishment complete? Or is there like a passing grade somewhere at some point?
Or is 99 actually, you're just giving him a free lunch for the day? Is that also up for debate?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But apparently he says he doesn't eat that much in general, so...
Well, I guess it depends on the temperature of the nuggets. I think colder nuggets is more of a punishment than hot, crispy nuggets. I think it depends on if he's allowed to use various sauces.
He's allowed to use sauces.
He's just gone dry. He hasn't used barely any sauce. We just warmed up the nuggets, so those are hot and crispy. Both grilled and crispy are both warm.
Jess, the first 25, I was cooking. I was cooking with gas. I was confident. The last 25 have been a struggle.
Is it safe to eat this many nuggets?
I hope.
Have we involved
We're good. We're good.
any
we're good.
regulatory
We're good.
work bodies?
Okay. We're good. We also don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Florida. It just seems like a lot of sodium.
Yes, it does.
That I'm concerned about.
I'll be fine. It sounds like Jess thinks I'm good. 50, like I made a valiant effort.
That's crazy. No, it sounds like Jess is saying that 99 is the number.
I need your support.
Please.
I don't want to be the arbiter of how many nuggets is too many nuggets for Chris, because I am slightly concerned that the salt could kill him. I don't want this to be an onion situation.
To be fair to you,
let me look this
to
up.
be fair to you, Jessica, I don't know if you can see it behind me. We've got our hat rack here.
When's the last time salt killed someone?
Everyone hung their hats up. This is a committee. We're making an unbiased decision about these nuggets and the nugget count. So don't feel like you are the arbiter. This is a committee. We all have our hats off here. So having said that, your vote would be for what?
75.
75. There you go. That's higher than some of the other votes that came in.
2/3 of the way there then, Chris.
All right.
Yeah, you're almost done.
Let's get it in motion.
He has to do it by the end of the show.
I'm looking up
by the end of the show.
Yeah, I'm looking up how much salt in one day can kill me.
When's the last time salt hurt somebody?
Pretty often, I think.
Yeah.
But in one day, though.
It's generally not good for your bloodstream.
Doctors tend to ask.
What do they ask?
How much salt you having?
What do you answer?
A fair amount.
I'm always like slightly above average.
I think I'm
The lethal dose of table salt is roughly 0.5 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight.
Oh, you got plenty
That's
of time.
so much.
I have no idea what that means.
Plenty of time.
It seems like it's a
I
lot,
just feel
though.
like I'm good.
What you know about that high blood pressure?
That's my gimmick.
The
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Jessica, who should feel most slighted by version 1.0 of the college football playoff rankings?
Oh man, that's a good question. I, to be honest, was kind of afraid I was going to get on the Zoom today and everyone was going to yell at me. So I guess I assumed Miami fans would feel that way to answer your question.
Why is that? Why would you say that?
Because they're all the way down at 18. I think that SMU loss was not the kind of loss they could afford to have. I think had they waited to lose to Pitt at the end of the season, it might have been a different story.
Well, and don't forget, Gino thinks the refs stole that game.
Yeah. They
Hey, you know what? Let me just say this. I saw a lot of the complaining about the officiating in the Miami SMU game, and I understand. I think the officiating across the board in college football this year has been pretty bad. There's been a number of, Wake Forest got totally screwed in their game against Georgia Tech earlier this season. There's been so many calls this season. The Auburn-Georgia game. Did you guys talk about the Kirby Smart timeout thing, the clapping, that whole thing? That was quite a charade.
Auburn, Oklahoma was a shit show. I know
So,
Dabo is accusing refs of betting on games after the PI and Clemson Duke. Officiating is bad everywhere.
It's bad everywhere, and I don't think that, I think that Miami fans have a point. I kind of see where the refs were going with the specific roughing the passer call after the whistle. He did hit him really hard. But that being said, it is bad everywhere. It does affect everyone. How your head coach handles it, whether or not he blames the refs in the postgame or takes the high road, that matters too, I think, to the teams that they are able to not feel like they were cheated by it and can stay focused, et cetera. But I do think that there's significant complaints that can be made this season on college football officiating.
I do disagree that losing the last game of the season would have been better for Miami because we have an example of that just last year where they lost.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
Last game of the season. I'm actually encouraged that they have a month to work because the committee already kind of tipped their hand in that they need to see more consistency from Miami. Every other example in the top 25 when there was a head-to-head matchup where teams had the same ranking, all the teams that won the game were ranked higher than the loser, except for one instance, Miami. But I do not blame them. Miami has played one good half in the last month. If Miami goes 4-0, they will have a solid argument. College football is nutty in November. We'll see then. But right now, Miami is zero to complain about. They got to handle their business. There's not going to be anything more difficult than winning 4 games.
And if I could just jump in real quick here too, Jess. All right, so let's say Miami finishes 4-0 and they look good in the process. You want Miami to then be included in the college football playoff, but then you also have to give in to the idea that the only way they're going to get into the college football playoff then would be if 3 ACC teams wind up making the college football playoff, because then we're talking about the loser of the title game. And based on the current landscape, how could anyone make the case that 3 ACC teams are going to get in?
Well, okay, let's say Georgia Tech goes undefeated the rest of the season. That means they beat Georgia, and then they lose the ACC title game to, I guess, who would they be playing against in that scenario?
Either Virginia or Louisville. Maybe Virginia. Louisville's probably a tricky one for Miami because if you have 3 teams with the same record, if Notre Dame, Louisville, Miami have the same record, then Louisville has the win over Miami, who has a win over Notre Dame.
Transitive theory.
That could be tricky.
But then do they have a loss to Georgia Tech in the title game, or do they have a win over Georgia Tech in the title game? Like, I think, to Mike's point, last year when the rankings came out, we were all screaming about Alabama and South Carolina and all these SEC teams. And then it turned out Alabama lost to Oklahoma in a historic and embarrassing fashion at the end of the season, which no one saw coming. So it is the beginning of November. I think I was being a little sarcastic about the loss at the end of the season, but I think that my bigger point is losing the weekend before the first ranking comes out is definitely like one of the worst times to lose, I think. Yeah. Especially to a conference opponent that has 3 losses already, including two Big 12 teams that are not even in the Big 12 race right now, TCU and Baylor. So I think, it was a bad timing for a Miami loss. But also to Mike's point, they have not been playing well lately, and they need to win out and get very, very lucky, just like a lot of the other teams in that teens range.
I've got loads of questions for you. A month ago, everyone said Texas was done in the CFP, and they win against a hurt Chamatier, edge out Kentucky, need overtime to beat Mississippi State, almost collapsed.
Mississippi State sneaky decent.
No, I know, and Georgia's going to find out. Stark Vegas. But Texas is back in there. I think the most interesting thing for me is the lack of discussion when it comes to the Big Ten and how bad the bottom third of that conference is. When you look at these spreads, a lot of good teams are getting fat off the bottom of this conference, and you have a team like Oregon, who's only favored by 6.5 in a very tricky spot against Iowa. You have them in the top 10. They lost their only ranked game, their only game against a now ranked opponent by double digits at home. Their best win is against Northwestern. I don't really understand this one. This feels like a reputation Big Ten propaganda machine.
And I wonder how much the Penn State win in overtime on the road is still counting towards Oregon's resume, even though Penn State has now been a much worse team since then, although they also lost their starting quarterback who threw the game-losing interception in that game, Mike. Your point about Oregon, though, is well taken. So this season they have beaten Oklahoma State, terrible team, Oregon State, terrible team, Rutgers, Wisconsin. It's just they haven't had to play very many tough teams. But this is where I also think that in a lot of ways, the end of the season, these things kind of will take care of themselves, and especially with Texas, too. Texas still has to play Texas A&M. Texas A&M is the number 3 team in the country. That's going to be a obviously very important game. They also still have to play Georgia. They still have to play Arkansas. Arkansas, with their interim Bobby Petrino head coach, has still given teams a really tough time in the SEC. Oregon still has to play USC, who is still ranked. They still have to play Iowa, like you said. They play Washington, who is ranked. There's still, like, a lot of these teams have the hardest part of their schedule still coming up. So I think, the first week of the rankings, you consider where the committee is putting the teams now, and it's informative of where things will head, but there still could be massive shakeups in all of this as these teams still have to play really hard conference teams down the stretch. The other thing is that I think the mega conferences are stupid. I think that it was a mistake to have divisionless 17-team conferences, and we are seeing just the evidence of that second year in a row.
Why do you say that?
So stupid.
Why do you say that?
Because if you want to compare like Big Ten teams and common opponents just within the conference, a lot of these teams just don't have to play that difficult of like Mike said, like there's a lot of this Oregon schedule specifically, there's a lot of bad teams in the bottom half of this conference, and you get lucky this year that you don't have to play Ohio State. Ohio State is another team, Mike, let's say that they win out, beat Michigan, which is a big if given their history. What is their best win? I guess it's Washington on the road.
I guess it all depends on what happens with Texas. Right now, that was such a marquee game. I don't think people can disassociate that was 1 versus 2. At the time, it's weird because those are two big propaganda machines going there. But to answer Zaz's question, too, and supplement your point, last year, Indiana didn't really play anybody, found a way in the CFP just because the conference they're in. Oregon's in that position right now. We have 2 straight years in the ACC where Miami is OLI, and they don't have the opportunity to play Georgia Tech. They don't have the opportunity to play Virginia. They did have the opportunity against Louisville this year. Last year, all the teams in that mix didn't play one another. I do think it gets mitigated some next year with a lot of these conferences moving to a 9-game schedule, though, right, Jess?
I think it actually makes it a little bit harder if the conferences are not willing to play hard out-of-conference teams. Like, if you look at a team like Oregon specifically, I mean, their out-of-conference this year was pretty easy. Oregon State,
Why
Oklahoma
play anybody
State.
out of conference? Miami played everybody out of conference, and it doesn't matter.
I agree. I understand the argument against it, but I think the argument for it is that, like, if you do lose a couple games, having one of those wins is going to get you into the playoff. But I think that it makes it harder for the committee and for fans if there's no common Power 4 opponents between any of these teams. But I understand your point if you think head-to-head doesn't matter. I would say head-to-head still matters, but Miami just couldn't afford to lose to a 3-loss SMU team.
Let's chat about Miller Lite. That's right. Football season is in high gear. The leaves are turning. That means these football games have more consequence. That means you'll be tense. You want to enjoy these games. Well, enjoy these games like I enjoy these games with a Miller Lite by my side. It makes tailgating better. It makes catching up with friends easier. Game day just hits different with a Miller Lite in your hand. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to fantasy heartbreaks, it's a beer that has been there for every moment. 50 years of great taste, simple ingredients, and that iconic golden color that you can spot from across the room. Look at that beauty. And here's the kicker. It's just 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hitting 5 decades later. So whatever your game day looks like, remember, Miller time is always a good time. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
You ever try to name all your financial accounts and what they're actually worth, like your 401k, your investments, your house? Yeah, I couldn't either. Most of us can't. And when you don't know, you're basically leaving money on the table. Feel organized and confident in your finances with Monarch, an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or your phone. And right now, just for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off your first year with code Dan at monarch.com. I started using Monarch and I found an old 401k from an old job that I totally forgot about, and it was worth way more than I thought. I also realized I wasn't saving as much as I imagined. Monarch shows you everything, your spending, your investments, even how much cash is just sitting there doing nothing. No spreadsheets, no chaos, just a clear view of your money. You can share with your partner too, which means fewer fights about who spent what at Target and how much the baby actually needs. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code Dan at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code Dan.
Dan Le Batard.
I mean, they used to call me Chris Karaoke.
Stugotz.
That back row is bringing it today.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Chris, you okay? That was the roughest play yet. You going 2 nuggets at a time?
Yeah. We have an update, by the way. A text message allegedly from Chris Cote sent that kind of outlines some of the fraudulence. There you go. Cut those big fried ones in half.
Hold
That's
on.
Who sent that? Who sent that?
Chris Cote sent it.
I don't think
To whom?
To Fuente?
I'm not going to reveal my sources.
Fuentes would never have 200.
Yo, why don't you check some of your unread messages?
Did I
Cut
text
those
Dan?
big fried ones in half. You basically you not only announced it on air, but you also announced the strategy
That's
behind
AI.
the scenes.
I mean, that's
Actually,
ridiculous.
this brings up a question. What's the proper size of a nugget to make it a nugget and not a tendy?
Thank you, Jess.
Like, is it 2 inches? Is it 3 inches? What are we?
I think once you
are we
get
standardizing the size?
once you start getting elongated, then it becomes a tendy. If it's mostly circular / oval in shape, that's a nugget. If it's mostly breading and air, then that's popcorn chicken.
I think it has to be. Yeah, I think it has to have equal length and width to be a nugget, or at least slightly irregular. It can't have a much longer length than width.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did you say elongated?
Yeah, it can't be elongated. The more elongated
it can't be a grower.
That has to be somebody who's in a group text with Mike Ryan, because you don't have that. You don't have that kind of.
That could be anyone. He's in so many group texts,
I know.
as we all know.
He just got re-added into the chat because we took fireworks today.
Yeah, I needed a guest pass, a one-day guest pass to the shit chat. I got to see I got to see how this all comes out.
It's the Admirals Club.
It might roll over to tomorrow.
Jessica?
Might roll over for like a week.
I was going to tell you, actually, I was going to ask you if you liked my shirt in honor of the end of Eric Adams' mayorship of New York City, his lasting legacy. The Rats don't run the city.
Yeah.
We do. The Rats are sadly
Banger.
quietly resigned. I saw
The Rats
which
have
is
resigned.
unfortunate,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they will be making a comeback now that
They're
there's a
all
new
moving to
mayorship.
Miami. They're all moving to Miami with the rest of them that are upset with how
The
Houston
Rats?
went. Yeah, we were getting
I don't
Rats
like
too.
that. I don't like that.
Jessica, what was the mood in New York City last night?
The vibe was definitely celebratory. I stayed up late to watch the Zoran Mamdani speech, which was the latest that I've stayed up in a really long time. The time change, the older I get, the more it kicks my ass, guys. I went to bed at 8:30 the other night. It helps that I can't watch Monday Night Football. But it was definitely celebratory. I don't live in the quote-unquote communist corner, commie corner, as they're calling it, but even where I live, it was a stronghold for Mamdani, so very excited people out and about.
One of the perhaps most childish, petty, dumbest things I've seen on the internet today was the legit, literal White House Twitter account putting out a Photoshop of the Knicks logo. Instead of it saying New York Knicks, it says Trump is still your president. If that ain't
loser mentality,
you call to hell.
The Dems reposted with comment with the two Knicks fans with the L on their forehead. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, the Dems are shitposting again, guys. Are we back? I mean,
woke is back. I don't know if you guys know this. Woke is back. Put
it was a long
the
year.
genders in your bio.
Enjoy it for now. Rude awakening coming next year.
Jessica, you're missing it. He's going to be speaking across the street from us here.
Who? Oh.
You know who.
Okay. I
thought it was
Mamdani for a second.
Mamdani, that would be awesome.
45.
We're coming here next with Sharia law.
Oh, look at how they've closed off the road.
Yeah. I don't know how anyone's getting home today.
All those cars are stuck there for 9
Public
hours.
transportation is how we're getting home.
All this
actually.
for Rafael Nadal.
There was a very interesting thing that was happening in this mayoral election where Andrew Cuomo is obviously such a detestable human being, and many New Yorkers hate him, Republican and Democrat alike, because of his horrible governorship.
And because he was molesting, right?
He was a sexual harassment.
Okay.
I thought he was just Italian.
Well, that's what he claimed. I almost wore my Italians shirt, but I didn't want that to come across as support. Anyways, I'm Italian. I can make Italian jokes. So the third candidate in the race, Curtis Lewa, who, if this were a Miami race, I know the show would have had a lot of fun with. But
we kind of let that guy slide.
People were not standing him, I would say, but they were starting to just enjoy him being around. His debate answers were very funny. And that's for a politician whose policies are fairly anti-democratic, at least Democratic Party, democratic, at least. It was a very unique and interesting thing that was happening. I mean, I think it was a very popular Halloween costume this year as well because of his signature red beret.
Look, I'm telling you, like in another time, like in the era of the rent is too damn high guy.
Yeah.
If Curtis Lewa was around, oh my God, we would have had SNL things about him. It would have been the joke of the summer, basically of the year. It's just now things seem to be like everything that we joke about ends up being in charge of everything.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, that's so funny. What if we accidentally elected him as president?
Yeah, which I could see.
Funny, weird guy from New York.
Chris Cote is in the kitchen right now.
He's kneeling over by the garbage can.
Yeah. I don't think this is bit either.
I don't think so
really
either.
Actually struggling.
Why doesn't he pace himself a little bit more?
Well,
I mean,
because
he can wait like at least an hour till he has to finish it.
Oh, he's got what?
You guys aren't
39 more.
Close to the end of the show.
He got 39 more, and he's got probably about an hour to go in show.
Just adjusted his belt.
Yep.
Oh, the belt is
Whose
off.
dog is that?
Oh, the belt's gone.
Oh, that's Percy.
That's Ethan's
Oh, it's
dog.
Percy. Is his
the one that
ACL
got
better?
kicked. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's following people around, and Ethan's stepping in shit, walking them.
I know you're thrilled, I mean.
Yeah, and oh my God, I miss Willow. This is how bad it is.
I'll let her know. She voted for Cuomo, unfortunately.
Jess, I want to play some video here for you. Do you think this qualifies as a Dabo crash out? And this is not going the right way. I'm curious your thoughts on how this Dabo thing ends at the end of the season. Here we go.
I'm not criticizing. I can't tell you. I ain't gonna tell you the game. I'm not gonna say the game. But we're only allowed to turn in. There's a system of accountability, but y'all don't know anything about it. It's behind a curtain. How dare we have accountability? In the meantime, we got gambling issues going on, people being suspended, all that kind of stuff, right? Yep. I mean, refs are people too. It ain't just coaches and players, and if they're a part of the game, then by God, they ought to be a part of the game. And they ought to be a part of the accountability, and they ought to be a part of the consequences, not just behind some shadowy curtain. Like, no, they ought to have to answer for it. And listen, there's judgment calls and all that, and I mean, we just have to disagree to disagree. But there's also absolute flat out misses. Yeah, but you ain't no public, there's no public accountability. Ain't none of that. So that's the system. The system needs to change. It needs to be changed. There needs to be challenge opportunity, and we need full-time officials. If you're going to have this type of stakes, it needs to be full-time officials. And everybody should have consequences.
Shout out to who I think is Greg Doyle in the background typing, because I know that typing anywhere. Jesus.
Clemson's a weird landing spot for him. Jess, your thoughts? For context, there was a very controversial defensive pass interference in which the replay appeared like it actually might have been OPI. In fact, everyone in attendance thought that Duke ends up winning the game.
By 1 point. Yeah. I think he's honestly maybe doing a little bit of fan service there. Like, I think his fans are starting to check out on this. This is the worst Clemson team in, 20 years, at least since he took over at Clemson. I was trying to quickly look up their FEI ratings.
Well,
but yeah,
it's fifth in the preseason.
I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah, it's really bad, and it's neither side of the ball right now. It feels like there's missed talent evaluations. It feels like the coordinator hires are definitely not working out. They were supposed to have this, Tom Allen come in as the defensive coordinator this year. It's just been a mess there, and I feel like he's trying to speak to the fans and try to get them behind him and make them feel like he still cares, make them at least let them know he still cares and is still fighting for this team. But I also think he has some good points. I mean, if you're going to have legalized sports betting, this level of officiating, to me, sometimes when game outcomes are coming down to some really bad calls, and like the ACC is even one of those leagues that's getting a lot of credit for the review room, Mike, which I know you've seen this season. Mm-hmm. So I think they're trying to be more transparent to at least give them a little bit of credit.
Here, let us show you how bad we are.
Yeah, I guess.
There have been a handful of games.
I understand his point. I think he's saying what a lot of fans are thinking.
No doubt. I mean, I looked at my friend after it was like 7 horrendous calls in Dallas. Again, Miami put themselves in that position where it was a 1-score game and the refs had that much influence. Although, again, it was 7. It might have been a 1-score game because of all the missed calls. Where I'm like, if they told me
get
this
him
game,
a Pepsid. I mean, come on.
If they told me this game was rigged 5 years from now, I'd totally believe it. Like, what else does it look like? Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's just, but it's also like not a college football specific issue, which I think comes down, like what he's saying about like full-time officials, I think is what a lot of people are thinking, right? Like, we make this a full-time job so that it's something that the people can like help the refs out. Like, it's something they can focus on. I mean, I know you've done 100 podcasts about basketball officiating too, so you can speak to it. It's obviously a humongous issue in the WNBA, women's college basketball. I'm sure men's college basketball, which I don't watch quite as much of, has a fair share of controversy as well. So I don't know what the right answer is, but I think he's definitely speaking to his fans and trying to show that he still cares about this team that is waffling right now and down the stretch.
This time of year, it's a lot. Lights, noise, pumpkin spice, it's everywhere. But one feeling that we are all still chasing is coziness. And Bombas has the socks, slippers, and tees, basically everything to get you there. There's something oddly therapeutic about a fresh pair of socks, and Bombas knows that feeling and builds it into everything they make. Slippers you can melt into, tees that feel just right, comfort that holds up wash after wash. And gifting, Bombas makes that easy too. Your wife, your kid's girlfriend, your neighbor's newborn, your mom's new friend. Yeah, they got socks for them all. They're even stepping up the footwear game. New colors, new styles, fluffy things, suede things. If you got feet, they've got something for you. And the best part, every pair you buy, Bombas donates one to someone experiencing homelessness. Cozy for you, cozy for someone else. I wear Bombas. I got myself 3 pairs of underwear from Bombas, and they don't ride up, they don't bunch, they are very comfortable, very soft, and enjoyable to wear. It's cozy season. It's Bombas season. Head over to bombas.com/Dan and use code DAN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/DAN and use code DAN at checkout.
Thursday Night Football's on, and it's only on Prime Video. This week, it's an old-school rivalry as the Las Vegas Raiders collide with the Denver Broncos. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Raiders and the Broncos on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Quick time out here to talk to you about the official ticketing partner of the Dan Le Batard Show. Speaking, of course, about Game Time. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to you fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you'll trust that you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. They got favorites, they got zone deals, they get panoramic seat views, my favorite feature, the low price guarantee, and Game Time's unparalleled ticket coverage, which means your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DAN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DAN for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
Dan Le Batard.
Our Panther group chat, we're confident against the Lightning. This is a different team.
Yeah. You're a Panther group chat, though.
No, I think no, but dude, you're so wrong on that. We've been terrified of this team forever, and I think there's a different energy where the Panthers, they want the Lightning.
Stugotz.
I want T-shirts made for this Panther run. What could be this Panther run? Our Panther group chat, we're not afraid of the Lightning.
That's a tagline for World War 3.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Okay, I'm sorry, Jessica. I've been laughing.
It's okay.
He's in such rough shape.
He looks terrible.
He's on the couch. They just threw Pepto-Bismol at him.
I think if Chris expired right now, Percy would eat him.
Oh,
I gotta tell you,
He would lick him like a little salami roll.
this may not be the 60 count. It might be the 20 milligrams.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
He gummied up.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
PEDs.
Oh, God, he must feel awful.
Awful.
Just take a nap, Chris.
I don't know if he's going to be able to take a nap. He might choke on his...
originally talk about 60.
If you lay him on his side, he won't
60 was the mode on the list
On
that
the
we
original
had before.
votes, yeah.
We said that would have passed by the 59 that was originally a passing grade of a D.
D is for done.
We're close. Look, there's still what?
He's got an hour.
Yeah, he's got an hour
I
left.
think he can get to the 99.
Oh, man.
I'm at a point now where, Chris,
99?
you got this, man. It looks like
I think the smell of nuggets will make him
He
throw
just
up.
threw up double.
Mike is bringing the nuggets out to him now, and I kind of think that might be the thing that sends him over
get
the
back
edge.
to work, player.
Yeah, back to work. Exactly right.
Throws the Pepto-Bismol.
There's one.
He's going right to the face. Not even.
That's another one. It's 61 now.
That's like a feed bag. He stuck his face in the plate.
Just to paint a visual for the audio audience, Chris is currently laying down on his side on the couch. We have handed him a plate of nuggets, which he is slowly eating. It's rested next to his face as if almost like a telephone. And now he's just slowly eating. He's now at 62 nuggets.
I'm concerned.
This is disgusting.
His face is getting rounder. He looks like a nugget with sunglasses on.
He looks like he's doing the Chris reply guy meme again with the sunglasses and the hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Good stuff.
It's called The Echoes, her podcast. She does it with Mike Golick Jr.
I didn't even send you guys my topics today. I was going to talk about Red Panda being back.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to get to that.
Huge.
Yeah.
We can get to it now.
Yeah, let's do it now. You know what? Yeah, let's do it now. What do you got on Red Panda coming back? Well, by the way, I'm one of the people that say you had a great career. You're doing yourself a disservice. Just stay retired.
You come back, we're in the 4-5 though.
Oh my God,
But
man.
you can't go out like that. And she's had a prolific career, and I think wants to this is her livelihood, right?
I wanted to get
You can't go out she did, and she came back. I think it's a great story. She performed last night at the Bulls game. The Bulls 76ers, yeah. Billy Donovan and them boys. What do you know about them? I mean,
oh man, I love everything they're doing. I love the way they play.
That's my gimmick.
Oh.
You're absolutely right.
Wait. Speaking of gimmicks, I've never heard this music before.
That's right. We got imaging now, Amin. You ready for this? You ready for another edition of You Know About That?
Oh, yeah. No, we got imaging. Okay, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Amin, the Philadelphia 76ers last night, they lost at the Bulls. Joel Embiid was 1 for 10 with just 2 points in the second half. You know about that?
I do know about that. Not a great showing by Joel Embiid. He's still on the minutes restriction. He's trying. Last week we talked about how the Sixers for the first time look like they have a positivity beyond the Joel Embiid era. The problem is we are still in the Joel Embiid era, and he doesn't look good. He doesn't look healthy. But I don't know what good it is to keep trotting him out there for 20 minutes at a time.
All right. You know about those Sixers. All right. Amin, the New Orleans Pelicans, they finally won their first game last night.
God bless the Hornets.
They beat the Hornets. No Zion, no LaMelo either. So we're in midseason form, both these teams. You know about that?
I know about that. Yesterday, Jessica, we were trying to figure out who Greg Cote is. There were some disrespectful people who called him the Udonis Haslem of this show.
Wow.
I said he's the Zion Williamson because when he plays and he's healthy, he's amazing. The problem is he's rarely healthy as he's under surgery.
And we talk about his shoes way too much.
Yeah, that too, yes. So Zion being out again, hamstring issue, he's doing the Greg Cote, man. And at some point, you just kind of have to accept that this is kind of the submission you're going to get from him from night in and night out. Again, shout out to Greg Cote. He went under the knife today. We hope he's okay.
Aww.
All right, Amin, you know about those Pelicans, clearly. Amin, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
We didn't even talk about Derek Queen, by the way, yesterday.
Big game, finally.
Big fourth quarter.
Oh, Joe Dumars won that trade. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they moved to 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. They won at the Clippers last night. Amin, you know about them Thunder?
I know all about them Thunder. They're amazing. They're incredible. They're deep. The MVP is still playing like an MVP. We got new guys. Like
Jalen Williams hasn't even played yet.
Yeah, Jalen Williams has not played. He's recovering from that wrist injury. We got A.J. Mitchell, who has stolen the hearts and minds of a lot of basketball heads like Tony.
Isaiah Joe, too, by the way.
Isaiah, shooter.
God, he's so
shooter. Good. I love that his job is just everyone else on that roster defends. Him, I just shoot. That's all I do. Love the Thunder.
All right, you know about them Thunder. Amin, the Boston Celtics.
Oh, man.
Lots of complaining the other night from Jaylen Brown. What a shocker that if Jaylen Brown's your best player, your team may not be that good. The Celtics dropped to 3-5. They host the Wizards tonight. You know about them Celtics?
I know about them Celtics. 3-5 doesn't begin to describe how bad it is. How bad is it? They lost to the Utah Jazz at home, and they blew a big lead. And I know Utah's playing better this year, but not that much better for Boston is having these problems. Meanwhile, Chris Cote is knocked out on the ground. The dog is staring at him. Remember, Chris Cote, Ethan walked his shit shoes all over that ground yesterday.
Why are they shit shoes?
Because he stepped in shit when he was walking his dog.
Shoes.
And then he walked upstairs and then realized and then washed the shoes in the bathroom after the fact.
What?
But he had already walked all over our floors.
Man, that's disgusting. And don't bring your dog to work. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I just say really quick how different this segment's gone than how I expected it to go?
What do you expect?
I thought you were all going to yell at me. Nah. I thought you were all going to be really mad.
I mean, it's only the first week, Mike, right, of the college football playoffs. This is week 1.
Well, this is a sports media show.
A lot of football.
People aren't rational.
I'll yell at you a month from now.
Yeah. It's a lot of football to be played.
And you know what? I will also say Notre Dame, who everyone's going to be mad at because they're number 10, they still have to win out, and they still have to play Pitt. And Pitt is a good football team.
Let's remember that the final week of the season, please. Let's remember that we all called Pitt a good football team the final week of the season.
Well, if Notre Dame beats them by too many points, then they won't be a good football
Then they're not
team.
good.
Right.
And
Right. You
if
have to
Miami,
remember that.
and also if Miami beats them, they're also not good.
Right. Well, yeah, then they have 4 losses and they lost to West Virginia, Mike. I mean, come on.
Yeah. They have to somehow beat Pitt, but have Pitt maintain their record.
Mhm.
And then they're in.
Yes.
I think the dog is starting to eat Chris Cote. I'm seeing it chew, and Chris is just kind of laying there.
All right, I mean, last night the Orlando Magic dropped to 3-5 after losing to the Hawks. Desmond Bain, who they gave up 4 first-round picks for, and a pick swap, is averaging career lows across the board. He was ejected from the game last night. You know about the Orlando Magic?
I know about
Because
the
a
Orlando.
woman ref ejected him. Shame on him for ejecting Bain. I actually don't know if a woman ref that game. I just assumed it was.
Safe assumption. It's part of the problem.
They lost to the Trae Youngless Atlanta Hawks,
right.
by the way. We got to point that out. Desmond Bain, career lows, but I think the biggest one is the three-point shooting. He's a career 40+% three-point shooter. He's been at 38 or higher pretty much every year of his career. This year he's shooting 28.6%, folks. They brought him in because they have shooting problems. If the shooter can't shoot, this is the second year in a row, they went out and got a shooter, and the guy forgot to shoot. At some point, when is it Orlando's fault? Maybe they're doing something wrong.
I say that to men all the time. Shoot or shoot. Am I right? Hit on that girl. Shoot or shoot.
Amin, you know about Desmond Bain. Finally got one more for your ass here. As Jessica mentioned a few moments ago, Red Panda made her debut. She broke her wrist. She fell last year. She made her return in Chicago at halftime. You know about that Red Panda?
I know about that Red Panda. I worry about that Red Panda. She's had such a great, illustrious Hall of Fame career. She's defied the odds and defied death and all these things. And then last year, she actually came back from retirement last year, and that's when she got hurt. And I said, you know what, man? You were on top. Well, now you're just kind of extending it. Feels very Michael Jordan, Washington.
She's a little bit of a compiler?
Not a compiler. It's just like, you got to learn when to say enough's enough.
Yeah, but like if Michael Jordan scored 50 points last night, you wouldn't be like, why did he come back?
No.
She still did her routine.
No, I sure. Yes, she was awesome last night. But we're not talking about how she did last night. We're talking about I'm worried about her. I want her legacy to remain stellar. I don't want... What if she gets hurt again? Then what we're going to say?
I don't think there's anything she could do to ruin her legacy at this point.
I think there's a couple of things.
Well, okay. I guess I guess technically,
within the
yes.
context of what she does for a living, yes, I don't think she could ruin her legacy. But I do think, I don't want her career to end on a sour note, right? Because she got, God forbid, an injury worse than what the last one was.
Amin, you clearly know about that Red Panda.
Oh, man, thank you.
Good job. Excellent work.
And thank you to Jessica Smetana. Again, The Echoes is the name of the podcast. You get it wherever you get
Hold
podcasts.
on a minute.
What?
Chris went back there and gave $20 to the studio team, and now the graphic says 99 Nuggets.
Oh, what the hell is going on here?
This is ridiculous.
I told you
This is ACC ref level of corruption.
This place is riddled with corruption, up and down. It's not just the Fuentes family. All 5 families in here, they're all corrupt. Sick of it.
There's $100 there. Lewis had a hundo.
A hundo?
Chris.
Damn, Chris, you could have just came to me, man. I would have done 20.
This would have been easy.
Yeah.
Is Dan here? Where'd that hundo come from?
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.